Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I mean, you're quiet as always, but we're going to live with it.
Yeah, Zoom does that, and I don't know why it does
What's
that.
wrong with you, Zoom? Why can't
It's
you just play along?
it is Zoom. I need to configure this again because I lost it, but everybody can see you now. Hopefully they can hear you.
Can you
Keep
hear me furiously typing?
No.
Oh, well,
Has the
that's good.
has
Because
the
that's what
AMA started?
I have one of those new Macs, and it's super clicky clacky.
Oh. So has the Reddit AMA started yet?
So they put the post up a few hours ago, so it's been collecting questions this whole time, and now I've I've started answering. I'm doing it. It's happening.
So what are some of the questions?
They're great. Go to r/ask science.
Okay, we're going to do that.
There's lots of questions about cheese because I kind of led with the cheese enthusiasm bit.
Okay. Can you guys hear Dr. Paul okay? Wait, can you post the link in my chat or is it Reddit? Wait, no, I can go to the Twitter stuff.
Here, I'll post it.
Okay.
Boom.
And you got
Message
timed
deleted.
out because you're not a sub. Dr. Paul's not a sub. It's okay. I clicked it anyways. I got it. Magic. He could be 2 ticks higher. Okay, I got you. How about that? You have to talk. See, this is gonna be the most awkward Dr. Paul
So
stream.
awkward. More awkward than average.
Because he's just gonna sit here and type the whole entire time. No, it's okay though. Looks familiar. Is this guy on the Science Channel show sometimes? Yeah. How the universe works.
What show, huh?
How the universe works? Is that what you mean?
How the universe works is on the Science Channel. Yes.
Yeah. So count it. And by the way, you just got gifted a sub by Jackknife, Dr. Paul. Welcome to Skynet, Dr. Paul. Thanks for the support,
right.
Dr. Paul.
That means I can post links.
So there you go, guys. We should actually add that into a command. For the Reddit AMA. There we go. So now that's under Reddit. So let's see some of these questions that are coming through. So this just started? No.
The post has been up for a few hours. So it's been collecting questions, but now I'm live answering them.
Okay. So this is his introduction. I'm Paul Sutter, an astrophysicist and science advisor for the film UFO, starring Gillian Anderson, or is it Jillian?
Jillian.
Okay.
Jill.
Why?
Jills.
Man. Okay. And all those other people. I'm not nearly as beautiful as any of those people. Lies. Which is why I'm here typing to you about science. The film is about a college kid who's convinced he's recorded an alien signal. I helped writer-director Ryan Esslinger. Did I say that one right?
Esslinger. Ryan.
Okay, we'll just call him Ryan. Plus the cast.
It's Ryan. Yeah, we're first name basis. It's cool.
Yeah. So you made sure that their science was good. Also considering such topics as the Drake equation, which I know Dr. Paul loves.
Big fan.
Big fan. And the cast and crew make sure that the science is made available. Oops. And so let's see. Let me go over here and do that. So I also consult for movies, I guess. Yeah, because you need physicists. Physicists. Wait, what? Dr. Paul is beautiful too. I know. So
Thank you.
See?
I had a makeup artist tell me I had good skin. That lifted me up for a month. Still does.
What has prevented you from taking that step from amateur cheese enthusiast to professional cheese enthusiast? God, into the good questions.
Yeah, no, this is really solid stuff.
So I'm going to keep reading it, guys, because he's going to be answering these questions. And if you guys have questions, you can go there and do this right now. He's on the DMA. Wait, he's on the DMAE. What's that? What's the DMAE?
What is that?
I don't know. So wait, you said we'll just settle for Gouda? I wasn't Gouda enough. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I don't want to chew in everybody's ears.
I love it. But I have a thing for that.
A lot of people do, trust me. What has prevented you from taking that step? Okay. Okay, so you were trying to write a funny response, and let's see. So thanks for doing this AMA. You do a lot of outreach, which is really cool. What sorts of approaches do you find are most engaging to the public? Also, what is the process for being a scientific advisor to a film? Let me see. Great questions. Well, I don't think there's any one silver bullet to science communication because everybody is different. Thus, every audience is different. Isn't that the truth? One thing I stick to is being genuine as possible. Here. I really do geek out and get excited by all the spacey stuff. I'm not afraid to put enthusiasm. Yeah, no, you're really good at it. By the way, we did watch, and I wanted to watch some of it too. We only finished the first part of the cosmic inflation, but you have the other two videos up now.
Good stuff. It's a tough subject.
It is a tough subject, but I had people actually say that they understood it. So we'll watch those other two later today. Yeah, no, it's a huge compliment because cosmic inflation is rough. Things like that, like quantum entanglement, things, it gets really tricky to communicate that. So when someone can do that, it really is an art in and of itself. Did Dr. Paul act in the movie as well? He had a part. See, look, you can answer that.
I'm in a scene, but my lines were cut. So you just see, Sony sent me a clip of my scene. You just see me going.
No lines, just a head nod. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. When will Sky be in a movie? Probably never.
Oh, you'll be up there.
You'll be up there. The trick is to talk to the public like they're idiots. No, it's not. Actually, that can be, dumbing it down.
I have an article. I did a little blog post about dumbing it down and how I hate that phrase.
Yeah, because dumbing it down doesn't really. Yeah, you don't need to dumb it down. You can find ways for it to be relatable, but that doesn't mean dumbing it down. You look too good for the cam. No. Oh, Dr. Paul. I know. That's why he's in like documentaries. That's why he's in movies now.
Yeah.
Too
good for all y'all.
Does this mean he's too famous to be a regular? No. He's doing the AMA right now because he didn't want to abandon us.
No, I'm not leaving you in dust. I'm trying to work in a shout out on the AMA. I haven't found the right question for you. Yeah.
Someone stage a question. No. Hello, I'm a mathematics PhD. All I see is Drake equation is someone who took guesses and tried.
I'm answering that question right now.
Are you really? Because I think that's a great question. I'm a mathematics PhD. This is amazing. Yeah, because the Drake equation, we're still going to set up a time. These next few months, guys, will be a little bit chaotic between Fraser's schedule and Dr. Paul's schedule, but we will have the debate on the Drake equation and also on the Fermi Paradox. Maybe we'll mix in Dyson swarms too, just for good measure, Drake equation is spotless. I need to look up the Drake equation. Nah, not really. It's nah. There's not much weight to it. Dr. Paul. Yeah, Dr. Paul's here. And so, guys, we're looking at the AMA that's happening right now. If you guys have questions.
Paul typing.
You can do the command Reddit. This is why he's kind of distracted right now, but it's okay. It's okay. What's the Drake equation about? So it's about the possibility of intelligent life in our universe. The only thing I ever took away from it was that n could never equal 0 because we exist, and that was the only part. Like that right there, you just pretty much make it through you don't even need to continue on in the equation. But, I mean, that's just being silly about it. No, Fluoride, do you care to contribute to the chat? Sorry, Dr. Paul, you're going to hear me be a little brutal. No, Fluoride,
do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay. Do you care to contribute, or are you just here to talk to Crimson? Wrong Drake. Yeah, no, not that Drake. That Drake could not write an equation. maybe he could. I don't know. Early stream. And yeah, well, every Tuesday, actually, we have Dr. Paul on at this time. This has been the time for at least probably the last 3 or 4 months. I'm hungry now. Regular time. Both. Yeah. Well, I'm having.
That's why I brought my Reddit banana.
You're right.
So when I'm an hour in, because I'm here for 2 hours.
Oh man.
I don't have to be on your thing for 2 hours. I know that's unprecedented, but there's banana at the halfway mark. That is my reward.
Yeah, there's his Reddit banana. I hope you have more than that. Did you not even bring cheese with you?
Yeah, I brought it with me in my stomach.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all packed up now.
So it's my fault for not noticing? No, not really, Mucky. But yeah, he's been on here for a few months now, I'd say. What is going on? So he's doing a Reddit AMA right now. This is what we're looking at, even though my face is covering a good portion of it right now. But it's okay. Sorry, I just realized he was on my Steam friends. Well, you know what's really crazy, Fluoride, is there's a messaging platform via, you can just communicate with him on Steam. That's an actual thing. Just FYI. Yeah. So I would appreciate if you would take it there, or you can choose to leave. So let's see. I'm going to refresh the page though. I'm going to refresh it. What's preventing you from taking that step? Oh wait, we already looked at that one. What's the best part of being an astrophysicist? Of course, it's the opportunity to travel the world and sample cheeses of the world, says Dr. Paul. But I suppose being at the forefront of knowledge and discovery. Yeah. Yes, he reminded us all last week, guys. Remember when he said that I could just talk about asteroids on my stream, or we could talk about strange matter, which is another matter I can't really, Does this mean I can't comment on your cheekbones? No, you're fine. This is Dr.
My
Paul.
Cheekbones.
Oh, his cheekbones. Okay, I see what's happening. So, no. Dr. Paul, what's your specialty, Dr. Paul?
I am a cosmologist. I study the whole entire universe because I have nothing better to do.
So, yeah, you guys can actually do we have a command for Dr. Paul, too. And you can find him on all these things. He has Ask a Spaceman podcast. He also has his own YouTube channel. And he has Space Radio, which is another thing, too, that I've been on Space Radio. And that was a ton of fun. That's so sick. Asteroid's great. I know. What's your favorite specialty? Well, you guys have to go to the AMA to ask him. I can't have him answering questions here. Like, I'm here to, if you guys have questions, I can ask, how do you study the universe? Oh, God, that would actually be a really good AMA question, though. I got to admit, because there's other people that might want to know the response to that and make this guy work harder. There's only one of it. Then you can visit Gouda. Not to be confused with cosmetologist. Yeah, those are two different things.
No, we study the makeup of the universe.
Okay, he's learned a way around that one, guys.
There are no new jokes.
Sorry, if I get quiet, it's because I'm chewing.
It's not quiet.
Yes, it is. I have a question for Dr. Paul. May you please convince Skylias to do another globular cluster-based stream. I will talk about globular clusters very soon. I promise. And Joe's jokes, and he's not even here. I know. He's smart. I'm sorry. I need to eat food. Is there any advice which isn't usually told but is important to aspiring astrophysics undergraduates who wants to go into research in academia? Thanks in advance. It's about sweat. You know that feeling you get when you're in an unknown situation and you have no idea what the right answer is or even what direction to start. That's science all day, every day. Isn't that the truth? There are no known answers, so you have to work really hard to find them. At some point, you look look to your advisor for answers. They say, I don't know. That's why I hired you to figure it out and tell me. And then it hits. No, gosh, guys, no. Music? What about the music? I'm just having a little bit of music in the background. Yeah. I describe science in a nutshell. It does. Okay, so he just responded to the mathematics PhD. I know you guys can't see it because, again, my face is in the way, but I'm trying to pull it to the top here. So this guy's a mathematics PhD. All he sees is the Drake equation and sees that someone took a bunch of guesses, tried to make an equation out of it with any scientific experiment or without a clean hypothesis to test it. So here's my question. Is there anything scientific in the Drake equation? I think there's little to no scientific merit in the Drake equation and possibly even no philosophical merit for that matter. Ooh, you came in swinging.
Doubling down with the 1, 2.
Mm-hmm. It swaps one big thing we don't know and how many intelligent species we can communicate with a bunch of little things we also don't know. The chances of life arising on any given planet, for instance. Put in combination in a made-up way. So, yeah, not helping Frank. Thanks, Frank Drake. Drake is a Canadian singer. Great. It will be ridiculous to think we are the only life. Yeah, and I was talking about that the other day, remember? I was like, I was outside hanging out, looking around and looking at Earth, thinking it just, it's amazing how well it does just on its own. So let's see. What exactly are you advising for with UFO? I helped the writer-director get all the math right. They turned to Dr. Paul for the math, guys.
Good choice.
He also helped Gillian Anderson, who plays a math professor, pretend to be a math professor.
Mm-hmm. I showed her how to write the equations while doing her lines.
Oh, really? Did you?
Yes. She asked the director for me to make a video because she was in London when I was available. And I made a video in Ask a Spaceman Studios with the chalkboard of doing her lines, which I wrote, and writing on the board what the equations were so she could study how to do it confidently. So
wow.
She sounds like a really sarcastic, 30-something bald guy. That's method acting.
Does she think she's a cosmologist now?
Yes. In fact, we are co-authoring a paper together.
Dr. Paul, are we real? Do we live in the Matrix? You can ask that on the Reddit. I can tell you what he would say. I can take a guess. He might not say it.
What's my answer, Sky?
Is this the best we got?
Are we living in the Matrix? My answer is, does it matter?
No, that would be my answer too. Does it matter?
Yeah, that's totally your answer. I knew that was gonna be your answer.
No, yeah, I was trying to make it different than my own, okay? We can't have the same one. We tried that before. Yeah. Because then I look like I'm just copying you, Mr. PhD.
Is that so bad? I mean, I'm copying Neil deGrasse Tyson, so.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Is she co-authoring it as Scully? Video. I imagined like a pool or golf instructions. Are we real? Oh, wait, I already answered. I just copied this guy's answer on the quiz. Yeah, Entombed Raiders is definitely. Yeah. Are you going to answer why is there a hexagon?
I'm answering that right now.
Damn. I just recently started listening to your radio show on iTunes, and I absolutely love it. Can't wait each week for the next episode. I wanted to ask a few times, and this in class when your in class when, oh, he's in class when your show airs. Damn. What would happen if a rapidly spinning neutron star was producing gravitational waves at the resonant frequency of a nearby celestial body? Well, that's actually a good question. Because I know we feel it to a degree, but it's nothing significant to the point that we would even feel it.
I just finished that one.
Okay. I don't need to take it out of full screen. You should ask chat some of those questions. What do you mean? Ask them the question.
Yeah, I could use some crowdsourcing. Just start typing answers to some of the questions so I can just copy paste and get this done with.
Oh, okay. What's your advice on someone interested in computational magnetohydrodynamics? Because that's intense. Thank you, Rocket Sage. Phone a friend. How about Europa, Moon, or Saturn, right? Wait. How about Europa, Moon, and Saturn, around Saturn, right? No, Europa is not around Saturn. That would be Enceladus. That might be what you're thinking. It's an icy... Right. So Europa is similar to Enceladus in that they kind of behave the same. They're both going around gas giants, and they're both being tidally stretched where you can see these lines on them from those tidal forces pulling. So the surface of those actually expand and contract, and you can see that. It's like planet stretch marks, okay? Life can thrive in an ocean, so ocean depth, and live, so why not there? It's not that we're saying that Enceladus doesn't have life, or Europa. We actually have a mission going to Europa, the Europa Clipper, and we can look into that further. The big part about that is that we don't know how thick that ice mantle is, and that can be tricky, right? So you have to plan missions that would have things that were equipped to drill, and how far can they drill? What if you find out that, it's really far down? But we do believe that there is a saline ocean, so a saltwater ocean underneath. Just finding humor in places, sure. That's what you call that. I'll be lurking. Okay. So wait, let's see. I wanted to see what you said about Saturn, which would probably, let's see. Where was the Saturn one? You said you just answered it.
I just answered. Give me a second.
Wait, you did answer the neutron star one, though. I'm glad to hear that you found my show. Thanks. Yeah, so by the way, Dr. Paul has a show called Space Radio. He also has Ask a Spaceman.
Space Radio.
He has a bunch of things. Gravitational waves are weak. And then you say, no, they can't be that weak. And then Dr. Paul says, oh, no, they're even weaker. And then I say, how weak? Oh, wait, okay, so this is a dialogue between you and I. I get it. I'm me and you're you.
Yes.
But to everybody else.
I'll be me. No, I'll be me.
You'll be me and I'll be you.
No, I'm going to be me and you're going to be you.
No. He has a book too, though. Yeah, it's available for pre-order. So I'm going to have Dr. Paul be me, and I'm going to be you. So Dr. Paul says gravitational waves are weak, and I say they can't be that weak. And he says, oh, no, they're even weaker. And I say, how weak? And he says, imagine the weakest possible thing. Now make it orders of magnitude weaker that is still stronger than a gravitational wave. And I say, really? And he says, really? And then I say, okay, never mind. Which I'd probably not say, but you know. Hey, real Corone. Who's on first? What? Oh, who's on first base? Let's see. Why is there a hexagon on the North Pole of Saturn? Winds are whipping around the pole on Saturn really fast. They get slower as you get closer to the equator. So these winds tend to fold in on themselves, forming big, but little compared to Saturn vortices. These hurricanes push against each other and evenly space themselves around in a circle at the same latitude, which this shapes the hexagon. Imagine a bunch of people standing in a circle, passing a frisbee from person to person. Even though they form a circle, the frisbee follows straight lines. That's true. I like that analogy, actually. If you have 6 people, the frisbee's path is a hexagon. So, yeah, the people are storms, the frisbee is the wind. The grass is Saturn? Question mark?
Yeah, my analogy kind of petered out there.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it was really actually quite good because we've seen these patterns organize themselves before. Although Saturn seems to be really cool. And that used to be a big mystery. You know, I'd say about, what, like 10 years ago? That was something that just baffled us. So the answer is Betelgeuse. No. Sky for Dr. Paul. You can ask on the AMA. Right now, I don't want him to ask too many. I want him to focus on the AMA stuff. So he's doing an AMA. That's why he's quiet right now. Dr. Paul's never this quiet, ever. Look at how focused he is.
I am so intense. This is my typing face.
Mm-hmm. This is his Doogie Howser face. Throwback. Michael Keaton. So let's see. He's just chilling with us. T-Sign guesses that time. And also Jellybean, thank you for the 17 months. 17 months, wow, dedicated. Yes. Bob, supporter. Yes, Jellybean, absolutely. And T-Stein, thank you for the 5 months. Guess it's that time again. Yeah, I guess so, you know. Bananas cause silence. No, there's a lot of good questions on here. Fraser Kane was talking about that telescope. That should give us a very good idea. That one's going to be pretty cool. If planets are habitable and if any life is out there. What do you think will motivate us to become more interplanetary? War? Finding life everywhere or finding no life? The problem with a lot of this stuff is that, again, what we're looking at are places that are relatively close. So if we have anywhere between 200 to 400 billion stars, guys, in our Milky Way galaxy alone, and if you want to tack on a healthy number of like an average of 3 planets per star, right? That's a nice. Would you agree with that being a nice average for exoplanets per star? 3?
It's a 1-to-1.
It's a 1-to-1?
Including all the rogue planets, I think. Or is it 3? Or no. There might be like a trillion rogue planets. So yeah, you're right. It's like 3-to-1.
Yeah. So
it's
I mean,
a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. So 200 to 400 billion stars, and you could just throw on 3 exoplanets per star. You know, I mean, we're only able to look so far, and especially when we're looking at exoplanets. Again, since the majority of those stars are going to be those red dwarf stars, those red M-type dwarf stars. Those are hard to see. They're really dim and they're cooler stars and they're small. So, you know, I think it's tough. Rogue planets are offensive, but I'm okay with them. And Tomb Raider, I feel like I don't even understand. Hexagons are natural occurring phenomenons. They are. Beehives, cluster formation. What? So let's see. Hey, did you see this question? What science bullshit did you have to let them get away with?
Oh, I'll do it. I'll answer that.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Sutter. This may be a stupid question, but I'm curious why metal doesn't disintegrate in space when it gets much closer to the sun than it was on Earth. Thank you. Ooh, what is your personal answer to the Fermi Paradox? What existed before the Big Bang? Oh, man. Sucks to be you right now, Dr. Paul. Kidding. This sounds like my stream. No one's asking if Dr. Paul got Jillian's personal number. No, because he's married, guys. Okay.
We can still be friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and Jill's.
Yeah. Jill's. J-Dog. Or wait, G-Dog. G-Dog.
Jill Dog.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, guy, he's allowed to talk to women. Says who? Kidding.
I'm literally talking to you right
now. What are the chances of humanity colonizing Venus's upper atmosphere in our lifetime? Oh, man.
0.
Yeah, it's not. I know that there was talk about that, right? But there's also, aren't there pretty like crazy lightning storms? Did people just...
Yeah, in like, what, 1,000-mile-an-hour winds?
Yeah. You know, like the atmosphere... It's just people are like, so the surface is out. it rains sulfuric acid. It's about 900 degrees Fahrenheit surface temperature. There's, volcanism everywhere. It's a runaway greenhouse. Okay, so we're just going to say that the surface is out, but how about the atmosphere? Let's see. Everything went boom. How about we worry about getting space cheaper first, then work on where we go from there? That's not a bad, I would agree with that. Refreshing the page so we can see what he's been answering here. Do you believe we're the only form of life in the known universe? These are going to be a lot of these questions, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know that my stream is mostly about black holes and aliens. I realize this, guys. Hi, Joe. So nice of you to show up. Having a great day. Hope you're having a nice day too, Joe. As a Drake enthusiast, I know I saw that. How do neutron stars generate magnetic fields if they consist wholly of neutrally charged particles, which would be a neutron, guys, but they don't exist fully of just neutrons. Mostly, but they also have protons, and they also have electrons. Remember that electron crust we were talking about last time with Dr. Paul? Electrons forming a crust around the star. If Lockheed Martin ever
Candy coated. It's so the neutron star doesn't melt in your hands.
Right. Is that an AMA? Yeah, he's doing an AMA. So if you guys actually do the Reddit command, go here. You guys can ask a question on there. Aren't there researchers working on making our bodies adaptable to outer space? I mean, I'm sure there are. There's a lot of things that we're not really able to test because they're, we haven't ever tested pregnancy in space with a human, have we?
Not that they've told us about.
Ooh, alien Illuminati, guys. Yeah, so I mean, there's some things like that, right? You could see how that would get tricky, right? I mean, there's some things that scientifically would be of great gain to understand, but you also have to deal with feelings, and you have to deal with opinions, and you have to deal with all kinds of stuff. A space baby. Yeah, like it'd be interesting to know how a baby is born in 0G.
Yeah, we don't even know if spines will grow straight without gravity.
Right. Like the whole formation process. You have also things like amniotic fluid. You have all kinds of stuff, And you guys have seen through the fancy, little demonstrations. I don't know if you guys are on Twitter and you see like the Ask an Astronaut, and you see them like eating their food, their juice, which they are technically eating. I wouldn't say they're not drinking it. They're definitely eating it.
Eating juice.
Mm-hmm. Because that can happen in space. But
juice.
Well, yeah, because they just, they go and chase it. It's not like they're drinking it.
Oh, and they
Yeah, I'm just saying the verb.
They fish it.
Yeah, right. So I think about that.
I suppose that qualifies as eating juice. Yeah. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Technicalities. Eating fluid. Yeah. But no, I think about that with amniotic fluid, right? A lot of you guys have no idea what that is. It's okay. You'll find out sooner or later. Maybe you won't. But, that there's a lot of things that respond to G's. And 0G can cause issues, I'm sure. Gestation. Yeah, it's a part of gestation. Yeah. So there's a lot of things in that you just want to eating juice. That's what extra pulp is for.
Oh, I hate pulp.
You do?
All those little worms crawling around in your gums.
But that's amazing.
How could that be amazing? Do you like maggots too?
No, because those are not
Nematodes?
worms. What? I hate pulp too. I like
little planera.
No, I'm not gonna like pulp anymore. Thanks. You just ruined it. You just ruined Christmas. Well, I guess whose book I'm not buying now? Someone just said in my chat.
Whoa. Cost myself a sale. There are no orange juice jokes or pulp jokes in the book.
Oh, this is a good one, and I totally missed it before. I have 3 questions. What is your advice to someone interested in computational? Oh, no, I started to ask that, and then I skipped on. So, yeah, assume familiarity, okay? Assume familiarity with numerical methods in general. What are your major shortcomings? I bet it's major.
Sorry.
Of the Lambda CDM model. What is your opinion? The most awe-inspiring thing about astrophysics? A lot of astrophysicists, MHD codes are open source. Yeah, a lot of things are open source, like Gadget, Enzo, Flash. So download them and start poking around. They won't mind. Anything that's open source with astronomy is pretty cool. And there's a lot of stuff that is. The current cosmological model does not explain why we find ourselves in an epoch where dark matter and dark energy are roughly equals. What's up with that? Should we even care about it? Open questions. This universe is really freaking big. As in big, McLarge, huge. One word, guys.
That's an MST3K joke.
Hey-yo. Got him. And then it says here that it's kind of mind-blowing that we can even begin to address some of these tremendous time and space scales. We really shouldn't be able to do that, but here we are. Oh, this is another one. I get asked these. Hello, as we all know, you truly do not know what you want to do with your life when you're 11. Shit, or when you're 18.
Or 36.
Or 52. Regardless, my 11-year-old nephew wants to be an astrophysicist, which I'm ecstatic for. He's smart, a hard worker, and creative. What advice would you give your 11-year-old self to prepare you for the work you do? Have fun, play games, explore the world. Those are all good. Don't you dare stifle their creativity or their desire to keep working at an activity or hobby. Even if the hobby seems frivolous, this is true. The ability to pair an insatiable curiosity with the, I'm not going to pronounce that word, indefatigable.
You have to pump your fist like this to say it right.
Indefatigable, cannot say that word.
Close enough.
Okay. Someone's going to clip that. Twitch, I pronounced a word wrong. You should not ever put that on Reddit. Everybody's like, God, we're done. See, that's not even okay. I feel like Monk toss all over that. That's not even okay. We are violating the TOS, guys. Look at us. 2 space streamers. Great. She said it. No, I didn't. I was close. I didn't really get it though. I didn't really get it. Guys, I was close, but I'm not, no, that is a no word. No, we good. No, we are fine. Work ethic is what makes, so you're saying a really good work ethic, but you had to put in a very high level word there. That the 11.
Haha, my good fellow.
I'm dying. What's his favorite cheese? That is a good question. What is your favorite cheese? You can probably one-line that.
I did. I responded.
Oh, okay. Someone's gonna clip and take it out of context. No, they could, but Twitch isn't that dumb that they actually would go and watch someone taking a clip out of context. They'll actually go and watch that. They understand. They know us. Let's see. So, and people take clips out of context all the time. Hey, when I do cookie streams, you know what I get a lot of clips of? My oven and me right next to it. Because that's not awkward at all, guys. That's not awkward at all. Anyways, so moving on. What is your favorite cheese? Oh, you're very fond of cheese and apples. They do pair nicely. I must admit, whoever asked that question. Wait. Picking a favorite cheese is like picking your favorite kid. You can't do it. Comte and Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
So you did do it at the end. You did do it. Way to go. Way to give in. Way to give in, Dr. Paul. Are you into cheese with wine? Are you into cheese with wine?
Cheese with what?
With wine.
Oh, no, I don't drink.
Clipped. Does he ever get anxiety in thinking about the vastness of space? I think everybody does to a degree, but also it's what you do with it. Like, it's overwhelming, right? Dr. Paul, wouldn't you say it's overwhelming, but it's cool?
When I really start thinking about it, I get headaches. And so all the time, I just have to retreat to the mathematics because I can write down the numbers, I can manipulate the numbers, I can do the mathematics and the algebra and the calculus that guide me to thinking about the universe. But if I actually sit there and try to think of what these numbers actually represent and what these concepts really represent,
yeah,
I can't do it.
Let's see. Oh, that's a good question. So how did you get started on doing scientific advising for movies? Did a company notice that you had relevant research experience and reach out to you? Or did you go out and contact the people? Usually it is, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Like Dr. Paul knows somebody that knows somebody. Now I know Dr. Paul, so see how that works?
5 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
He is a casting agent. So the UFO is a connection of a connection of a connection. Poking around OSU, looking for someone to help him with his math. It was nerd love at first sight. Let's see here. How and why did you get into cheeses? The cheeses got into me, Dr. Paul says, because I put them there. Wait. Ready for it, Dr. Paul?
Because I put them there.
Yes.
I know.
Actually, I don't think that worked.
Okay.
I really, really wanted that to work, and so that's what guided my initial reactions. Like, I was going to react to that basically no matter what. I don't think it worked.
Okay, so like maybe like an 8 out of 10? Or is it like a 5 out of 7?
That's pretty generous. Maybe
Okay.
from the Russian judges.
Yikes. All right, we'll work on it.
But they're corrupt, so...
I heard Dr. Paul has a book, True or False, Kappa. Wait a second. This would be true. Your place in the universe. Understanding our big, messy existence. Wow. Guy's available on Amazon for pre-order. We're still working on getting him a stand so it can just forever be behind him.
Or in front of my face.
Or just attached to your headphones. We're working on it, guys. This is going to require some kind of engineering.
Yeah, no, well, with these... There's a lot of anchor points on these things.
I'm
very sturdy structure. You could extend out a rig like this that attaches. Like a GoPro mount.
Yeah, and maybe we can have a book giveaway. Maybe.
Working on it, yes.
Even if it's just one book.
There will be at least one book given away on this channel.
Yeah, and then he might do them on his own, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what you're going to do.
I don't know.
But I'm probably going to end up buying it. And then
there's going to be a giveaway that you can enter on Goodreads.
Oh.
My publisher set that up.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What about the life-size cardboard promotional Dr. Paul? That could work.
I want that so bad. Can someone just make that happen?
I'm sure there are people in here that would make that happen.
I want one. It would just sit there in the corner, but I'd want it. I want
it. Just hang it behind you. Just so it's floating there the entire time, Ashen Fang says.
I want has anyone ever seen The Critic? Old cartoon voiced by John Lovitz. Great show. So in the show, he wrote a book and he had a cardboard stand that did this, him holding the book, just saying, buy my book, buy my book. Buy my book.
That will work.
All over again. That's all I have in my head every time I promote the book. It's just buy my book. Buy my book. buy my book.
I should just actually have that be a thing that we do for at least like a minute before you get on the stream. And then
I can
after.
do it for a solid minute. I can keep it up.
Well, no, I could just record it, and then just loop it.
No, I want live. I want to do it live.
Okay, great.
I'm true to my art.
Look at him not even able to say that with a straight face. There's
close.
times that he just can't, guys. But yeah, I'm going to be buying his book. And maybe I buy a book also and give it away to my, I can do that too. So it's not just one, guys. But we can have one that he does too. Maybe. We'll see. Can just play that clip? I know. Can you do a QVC style sales pitch for your book? Well, he'll do it at the end. We'll have him do it at the end.
I'll do it. I'll do it at the end.
Yeah. He usually does anyways. It's definitely QVC-esque.
And there's so many questions.
There are.
This is great, though.
It is. What are your thoughts on the Fermi Paradox? Guys, he answered that one. I think the Fermi Paradox is an expression of the sheer inability for the human mind to cope with the true size, distance, and time scales that operate at astrophysical and cosmological scales. I agree. There are probably other critters, but we will have probably never, ever talked to them. But we will probably never, ever talk to them. Sorry. Yeah. And then that's the other thing. So if you have a lot of these other civilizations that have already existed and then we come along way later, right? Like we might have missed our boat there too. Maybe, right? Everybody's like, well, maybe if they send like a signal out, why didn't we get their signal? Well, what if we moved? What if they calculated? What if their mathematics were wrong?
Even our most powerful signals can't even reach the nearest star without sinking into the background.
Right. Is this AMA going to be a weekly thing now? No, I think this is, what is it? You can answer that.
One-timer.
One-timer.
Sony Pictures set this up to promote the movie UFO, but all the questions are about cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sony
I just
Pictures,
got an email
guys.
from them, and they said I'm doing great.
Tell them thanks. No, I don't know.
Wow. You know how to build relationships.
Hey.
Can I have you as a life coach?
This is why Sky will never be in a movie, guys. You just saw it firsthand right now. Hey, you're doing great.
Great improv.
So science communicator. Yeah, that's what we do here. Tell them to send a promotional cheese plate. Oh, they probably already are on it right now. They're probably watching right now. Sony is probably watching.
This stupid banana.
Mm-hmm. And being like, you know what that guy doesn't have? A cheese plate.
Yeah.
This
I
is
want to set up a charity. When I'm rich, I'll set up a charity that, sends cheese plates to kids in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Who are lactose intolerant. But that doesn't matter. We'll send the hard cheeses that they can eat.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, lactose intolerant, from what I understand, is not necessarily bad for the person always. Sometimes just bad for the nearby people.
There you go.
See? Always
Not
thinking.
my problem.
Always thinking. Not my problem. Wait, let's see. How do we know that what we are looking at is 10,000 light years away? We are looking at an image of 10,000, that's 10,000 years old. So right now there could be life on a planet we don't know about until thousands of years from now. I hope this makes sense. It does. And if I were answering that question, how do we know? We can measure distances pretty good, especially in our own Milky Way galaxy through things like parallax and things like that. But also we have Gaia. The Gaia mission has been kind of an amazing thing. How many stars? It was like 1,700 stars that they were able to get.
A lot.
Yeah. Which, 1,700 out of 200 to 400 billion might not seem like a big deal, but it kind of is a big deal because those are very important things to know and understanding about how just our own system here behaves. So we were looking at an image. Right now, there could be life on a planet we don't know about for thousands of years. Yeah, because light takes time to travel, especially in a vacuum. It's going to be the same. It's going to remain a constant in a vacuum. So that person pretty much asked a question, but also answered it at the same time. I appreciate that person. Whoever knows Malose is, shout out to Knows Malose. I like watching chat right now. What? So even signals that have gone through our ionosphere cannot get that far in the universe. What's the use of SETI then? Hold on, Dr. Paul is thinking. Let him finish his thought. What's the use of SETI if our signals don't go that far?
we're crossing our fingers and hoping an alien civilization found us with their telescopes and said, oh, there's life there. Let's send a super powerful hello in their direction.
Fingers crossed.
That's what,
Both hands, guys.
all fingers.
And toes, maybe. Does it mean that in order to communicate with distant places, we need to be able to modulate sun emissions or have similar transmission power levels?
Yeah, just put a big blanket over the sun and then lift it up and put it back, and they'll blink like Morse code.
Yeah. Which, you know, it's funny because that's how we find other planets in a way, but not necessarily with Morse code. But that's called the transit method, but we don't put blankets over stars. Planets, if they're big enough and they're close in, they can do that, the same thing.
Yeah. All the planets in our solar system, there's some lucky observer who's aligned just right in a distant star system who is looking at the transit of Earth and Jupiter and all the rest across the face of our sun.
Mm-hmm. Transit Morse code. So hopefully that hello would demodulate, or something that we could demodulate or understand. Yeah. They provide their own blanket. Wait, he did that scarily fast. He did what? Let's see. What do cheese and astrophysics? Okay, everybody is asking about cheese. See, people are like, hey, this guy's funny. He is
Mostly
kind of funny.
Funnier when I talk about cheese.
Oh, yeah, sure. Or just dropping the Q word, bringing up the quarks, you know? Like, it's casual, guys. Real casual. He's like, strange matter, you know, no big deal. I'm like, great, that's another one. Cheese is serious business. It is. Now I want cheese. Cheese is amazing. I think I had a smoked cheddar just now on my sandwich with cucumbers and ham. Did someone say cheese? Hey, Nano. So this is an AMA, guys. Again, if you do the Reddit, I should just put that on a timer for just this. If you guys want to go and ask questions there, Dr. Paul is unusually silent right now because I wanted to hang out with him while he's doing this and hang out with you guys. I thought this would be fun. And it actually is really...
None of us have anything better to do right now.
I mean...
Basically.
Sure. How do we know how do we know that sounds we send out there are even being understood by aliens? Probably know the signals are being heard by aliens because they don't understand it. Why reply? See, again, like we said, fingers crossed, right? So that the signal even reaches them, right? And that they even understand it. Okay, so now you're squaring that fingers crossed. Now you can take fingers crossed squared, right? Hoping that they interpret signals. Right? I mean, wait and come back and see us, you know, and I would say like, you know, another hundreds of millions of years, you know, it'll be like idiocracy. We'll be happy if we can even download anything into our brain. I'm kidding. Smoked cheese. Almost thought you meant something else. Huh? I wonder if there will be a point at which we have so much knowledge that new generations will spend too much time to learn what we know. Too little time to do research, therefore no discoveries will be made. So, but look at our history already, right? So a lot of people don't know about normal things, but a lot of people know about normal things too. I don't know. I don't see that happening. New generations probably aren't spending too much time to learn anything other than great Fortnite skills. Let's not let that happen. Please. That's what actually I'm more concerned about. I'm more concerned about the priorities being a little bit. So when we didn't have things that could kind of like, you know, tractor beam suck you right in, right? Before that wasn't a thing. Now it really is a thing. Like we had video games growing up, sure. But I mean, there's a whole different, this is a different time of technology. You didn't have cell phones. You didn't have the internet at your fingers. You know, people can call you at any time they want now. And sometimes you feel awkwardly obliged to answer. Like, do you ever get random FaceTimes from like family, Dr. Paul?
No, I have Android.
Oh, thank God. But do they, I'm sure they have something like that though, right?
I'm sure they do, but
Is it like just hanging or something?
just Googling.
But you know what I
Hey,
mean?
what are you doing, Paul? Just Googling.
Just Googling.
How's it going, Aunt Sally?
It's more obscure on Android because I find that
it's really called the just Googling is the entire name of the product.
Oh man, Hangouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I find that that's so intrusive, you know? Whereas before, you know, you go 20 years back, you know, you call someone, they didn't answer, it went to their, you know, recording machine. You were hoping that maybe their recording machine was able to be audible throughout the house, but sometimes that wasn't the case. So you could deny a phone call and it'd be fine. You know, but now people just like, I'm just going to call them and show my face and hope that they answer with their face. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah. Surprise face.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, I have my bite guard in. Okay. I'm a teeth grinder. Okay. At night, I don't, you know, I'm going to answer the phone and be like, hi, Mom. So what do you want, Mom? That's how it'd sound like.
Were you from Minnesota?
No, I just, you know, it'd sound like that, you know? Because when I talk with my biker, I'm like, good night. See you in the morning. Sleep sound. Thank you, Joe. Thank God for live chat support. It puts the damn check mark so people know. I turned that off. The red thing? Yeah, you can turn that off, Float, and you should. Because that's also intrusive. The whole thing, like when you receive a message from somebody and it's like, this message has been read, and they're like, why have they responded? Because we're becoming instant gratification-y. Okay, hold on. Let's get back to the AMA. Sorry, I'm tangenting. I hate being screened, but I don't call anyone after 8 p.m. I only call people after 8 p.m. Who am I kidding? I really don't call a lot of people anymore. Choose you in the morning, pretty much faking. That's exactly what I look like. Call people. I don't text. I'm really bad at texting. It's better to call. So let's see. Deleted. Have you read the book Solaris? If so, what do you think about the book's premise? Oh, is that the one that they made movies about too? Probably. You haven't seen Solaris? Or read it, Dr. Paul?
I haven't actually. I really, really should.
It's good. So the one I liked, so there's two of them, I believe. There's one that's older, but there's one that has George Clooney in it.
Yes.
That one was actually pretty good. I was impressed with it.
That was good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm a tough critic.
What was your favorite movie this year?
My favorite movie this year. Oh man. I don't know from this year. I'm trying to think of good movies that I saw this year. What was that superhero one that everybody gave like great reviews for? Black Panther?
Pink Panther.
No, Black Panther.
Oh, yep.
Not
My
Pink
bad.
Panther. Showing your
I'm
age,
confused
Dr.
all the
Paul.
time.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that good at all. Did you see it?
I saw it on a flight. That's where I catch up on a lot of my movies. And it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't like
liked it, but I didn't like.
Yep.
I didn't hate it. I don't really need to watch it again.
Mm-mm. Everybody was like, "Oh, it was so amazing," and I'm like, "No, they want you to think it's amazing. It really wasn't that amazing." Probably Upgrade. I don't know which ones have been out because I don't go to the movie theaters.
I really enjoyed. I caught on a flight. The Death of Stalin.
Oh yeah, that one. I haven't watched it yet, but that one's.
It was so funny.
I hear it's really funny.
I was one of those people on the flight just cracking up.
Yeah.
And having everyone give me questioning glances. And I would try to contain it, do that thing where like you laugh a little and you think it's going to be a big laugh, but you try to hold it in. and the act of holding it in makes it a bigger laugh.
Right. It's like
So it's
trying
like,
to,
and then,
right.
you start like spazzing out, and then
Yeah,
because you can't. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
that was me. Like every 5 minutes in that movie.
Yeah. Blade Runner from last year. I thought Blade Runner was more eye candy, but it didn't really hold true to the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, so it's very atmospheric.
Yeah. Good music, good score.
Good music. Like it really sucked you in, and then you're just kind of. It was almost like a music video.
Right. I agree with that. A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place was really cool. Gosh, now I had it. I had the movie that I thought. The Endless. Guys, I liked The Endless. Did anybody see that in here? Annihilation was pretty good, but I wouldn't say The Endless was really, really good. I liked that one. I think that's what it was called. I think you're too high about Blade Runner. It felt the same, just newer. No, the other one had a really good plot, had a good storyline. This one had a storyline, but it wasn't really robust. I saw Endless. Isn't it called The Endless, or am I wrong with saying the? But the plot. Well, so if you look into that more, you'll find out that that's actually not the first one. You should Google that. They had a one before that. That will make more sense. It's amazing. I liked it. I thought it was a great plot. For Blade Runner, the second one. Yeah, it's The Endless. Yeah. It's called Endless. No, it's not, Joe. No, it's not, Joe. Sharknado 6 was easily the best. Annihilation was good, more eye candy too. Yeah, and it was also a little bit thought provoking. But The Endless was my favorite, I would say, so far.
All right, banana break.
Banana break. All right, guys, here's your chance. He's doing a banana break.
To watch me eat a banana with my shirt on. And I'm gonna do it this way, so you don't get any ideas.
Yep. There you go. And so you handle it. It's bruised. That just means that the sugar is rose to the top. That's all that means. Do you know that? That's just fructose, guys. A concentration of fructose. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why you use those for banana bread. Yeah. Still lewd?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's still judging you? I'm kidding.
Have you ever made French toast with banana bread?
No.
It's another level.
But I make really good banana bread, and I've never done that. And I make good French toast. Why haven't I done this?
There it is. You leave a couple slices out overnight so they dry up. Make your French toast, same as normal. Maybe put some sliced bananas on top. You'll thank me later.
Wow. I never even thought about that.
No, it was my wife's idea, and I did it one weekend, and it.
So what made you think to leave
Our
the toast out?
Never been the same.
Your marriage changed. So wait, what made you think to leave the toast out overnight, though?
You want it to be really dry so it really soaks up the batter.
Okay. Revelation face? Yeah, because these are both things like, if I were to say some of the things that I make that are really, really good are pies, cookies, French toast, and banana bread, which would go in, with other confections, right? Like, those are things I take pride in making.
Nice.
Yeah. I've perfected banana bread. Banana and egg, that's despicable. Joe doesn't even like peanut butter, Dr. Paul.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Okay.
So me and Joe.
You guys get along, but he has no excuse. You kind of have an excuse.
Maybe I just don't like it, but I say I'm allergic so people don't bother me.
Okay. Great. I'm not judging
Pineapple
now.
and mayonnaise?
Pineapple and mayonnaise. What?
I'm not seeing that.
No. My excuse.
That's a good excuse.
It's disgusting. No, apparently people in the UK don't like it. Not all. Some. I'll put a qualifier on that. Sorry, everybody in the UK. Not everybody
and
hates.
I've heard. I don't know if this is true. I probably read it on Reddit. That the Japanese use root beer flavor in like cough medicine. So they find as adults the flavor of root beer absolutely disgusting.
Isn't
and
that
I
what?
can't believe that we would drink it.
Isn't that what we've done with like the anise seed, like black licorice type deal? Like all of our NyQuil can taste that way. Even if you get the cherry, I know NyQuil's. Yeah, I can't do black licorice. Oh yeah, the endless.
You know what's better than peanut butter? Nutella.
Yeah, but then now all of the isn't that made from
Who cares? Who cares?
But
it could be made out of children for all I care. Spread it on some toast and shove it in my mouth.
Everybody's dying. Yes, Paul. Preach. No, Nutella's really good. Nutella's really good. But like hazelnut production, guys, we're hurting.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, the hippie in me is a little bit there in the realm of Nutella because it is delicious, but I feel like it should be a little bit more exotic.
No, the pain and suffering that we cause in the natural world makes it even more delicious.
It's the effort and the evil.
Yes, if it was easy, it wouldn't taste so good.
The double E factor. That's what we'll call it. Effort and evil.
Yep.
Nutella is like 90% sugar.
Yeah.
But you know, honestly, I have made Nutella cookies and I recommend everybody make Nutella cookies at least once. We're not
You
even...
can also put a little dab of Nutella on some ice cream.
Oh, yeah. But you can do it with peanut butter too, but you wouldn't.
No, I can't.
No, I can't. What subject are you guys talking about? Peanut butter or Nutella?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing the Reddit AMA today again.
I'm taking a banana break.
Yeah, and he's taking a banana break, and we're just kind of talking, but we're reading some of his stuff, and we're talking about all kinds of things. It's just kind of a relaxed stream, talking a little bit about space, a bit. Nutella cookies, like as the dough, yeah. So or the topping, no, as the dough, just like peanut butter cookies. It's the same principle.
Okay. So you mix it with some sugar and like some egg and flour.
Yeah. Yep. They're amazing.
Baking powder.
They don't even last the night.
Nice.
Yeah.
My wife makes pie cookies. And she'll do Nutella pie cookies sometimes.
Yep.
So it's like a little almost like a mini chocolate silk pie.
Yeah. They don't last. No bake oatmeal. Oatmeal cookies? I'm confused now.
Okay, now I'm back. I'm back in the.
You're back in.
The game.
All right. No more banana break for
Thanks
Dr.
for the break,
Paul.
everyone.
Hey, anytime.
Give me some Gatorade.
Because it has electrolytes.
Yeah. I'm sweating, losing salt here.
Let's see here. I'm going through the rest of this. So you haven't seen Solaris, but now he will because we all told him he should. What's the science behind the Great Attractor? Do we know what it is? Is it a massive black hole? Thanks for the AMA. I'm pretty sure that's not how that person said that at all, but you know what?
Hey, Dr. Paul.
Hey.
Hey. And then read my answer in that voice.
Okay. Thanks for the question. To build big stuff in our universe, you have to start with little stuff. Over the course of billions of years, structures get ever bigger from gluing together smaller structures. I feel like this is perfect.
This is great.
The Great Attractor
I never want this to stop.
is just the last thing that is being built by gravity in our corner of the universe. We are merging with Andromeda. The two of us are heading... I need a minute. The two of us... I don't know.
Come on, collect yourself. Focus.
Okay. The two of us are heading towards the Virgo cluster, and all of us are heading towards the Great Attractor.
You're getting a little Southern Belle here.
I know. I know. I'm just going down the...
Let the muse guide you.
But we'll never reach. but we'll never reach it. Dark energy, which we don't understand, is
I don't know why this is so funny, but this is the best thing.
I know. It's accelerating the expansion of the universe. I'm definitely going Southern Belle. I sound like my grandma from Virginia. It's great. And is currently undoing the building of the largest structures. With enough time, our approach to the great attractor will slow down, stop, and reverse. In our universe, the engines of creation are winding down.
Sugar.
Sugar. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I don't think I'd have to at least have, a solid minute especially with heading towards the Virgo cluster. I don't know about that sentence. The merging just killed me. Virginia. We're going to call this character Bella. Sounds like a horror film. That you, Granny? I know. Let's see. I should read Paul's audiobook. I should.
Yes. We'll do a side-by-side audible where I'll read it in my voice, and then we'll have the Southern Belle Dixie chick.
Yeah, but what's the most ominous chapter? Like just the chapter title. What's the most ominous in that book?
The Fall of Light. So
I could do
The Fall of Light.
Yeah?
Can you read that?
No. I'm pretty much blind. Like half the time I'm glaring at my stream and they think I'm just sending them bad looks. They're like, this chick's really mean. Look at her face. And I'm like, I just can't see what I'm reading.
Here it is. I'll give you a line. The end is not near. It is already upon us.
The end is not near. It is already upon us.
Thanks, Kylo.
It sounds so much like Kylo Ren. It's so true, though. I mean, you are quite mean. No, I'm not. Let's see. So, neutron stars, how do they generate a magnetic field? Did you answer that one yet? Are you going to tell them that it's not just neutrons? Or do you want me to tell them?
Yeah, I'll get there. Where am I? Should I reload the page to resort the priority? Because I've just been going down the list, but I've had this page open for an hour. Some new ones may have popped to the top. Amateur cheesemaker. Okay. Vice, answered.
Fermi Paradox, I think you already covered that. So if you get more Fermi Paradox, you can skip because you've already covered it. Is it possible to terraform Mars? You haven't hit Mars. You haven't talked about Mars. Ooh. Get in on that Mars action.
Where's the Mars action?
So Control F, and type in Mars.
There it is.
Yeah.
According to you, is there any real possibility that we'll be able to live in, say, Mars within the next few decades?
What do you think about that?
It's a good place for cheese. All right.
Also, how good is the weather in Mars? In Mars, not on Mars. In Mars. So yeah. Technically, they said live in Mars in the next few decades. We could go underground, but they did just find water in Mars.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure about that result.
Yeah. And we've been talking about that for a while, and we're not really shocked anyways, right? So if they find water, we would think it would be subsurface. However, that's not like much wow. It would be pretty cool, but we've already been talking about this for at least a decade. Water is not too rare, guys. You can have frozen water ice all over in our solar system.
The most common molecule in the universe.
Boom. Now you heard it from a PhD, guys.
A FID. I'm a PhD in animal husbandry, so I don't know why you're asking me.
So Futurama called it. Did I see they found water on the moon? On the dark side?
Yeah, or in the craters.
In the craters, yeah. So you're going to have that. You can even have that on Mercury, guys. So Mercury has that, 3-1 resonance, right? So, right? Or is it a 3-2? I forget if it's a 3-1. No, it's probably 3-2. 3 rotations for every 2. I think it's 3-2. Like, so, there's one side of Mercury that's getting scorched, and then the other side can actually be really, really cold. So in those regions, you can have, it's a 3-2. Yeah. I didn't think 3-1 sounded right. I knew it was weirder than that. How scientifically accurate is the movie? That's about, I'd say almost 3/4 of the way down. Oh, wait. You got a flat Earth question. So if you entertain the concept of flat Earth reality, how would you conceptualize the idea to work with real physics?
Okay.
I don't understand that question.
Like, let's pretend there's a flat Earth.
Right. Okay.
Explain all of astronomy.
Right.
And geophysics.
Right. Basically, they want their astronomy tailored to their flat Earth idea. What's the coolest thing ever discovered in space and why? I think that's a great question, and that was brought to you by Hedgehog World. You wouldn't because it wouldn't. It sounds like someone's trying to yeah. Who knows? What's the difference between an astrophysicist and an astronomer? See, these are good basic questions. A lot of people might not feel comfortable asking. I should do an AMA, but I'm not Reddit popular. Maybe I'd actually get good questions that people you guys aren't scared to ask.
I'll answer that question right now.
Yeah. How long did you know you wanted to be in some kind of space science? Did you always know that? Were you like the typical cliche?
I've always been nerdy about spacey stuff, but
right.
I didn't seriously consider it as a career until my 3rd year of college.
Okay. Yeah. See, I like that answer because everybody's like, "Oh, I wanted to know I wanted to be an astronaut when I was 2." I'm like, "Yeah, your brain didn't even retain memories at that age. That's great." I should do an AMA. That's true, Joe. Is it even possible to terraform Mars? I've seen articles saying it's very impractical. What do you think? How close are we working out the physics to see what happens beyond the event horizon of black holes and the singularity, where general relativity breaks down? The math gets tough there. That's a tough question to answer too. I think you're getting some. Okay, now I'm like, I don't know what section I'm on here of this AMA, but these are pretty tough questions. I think that the universe is expanding at an ever-increasing acceleration to prevent time from going backwards because of the course of space and time are linked. What are your thoughts on this? I'm not laughing. Every answer.
I answered the astronomer and astrophysicist.
Okay. Mars doesn't have enough gravity to be terraformed. It's got some gravity. It's got some gravity. I definitely think we can visit Mars, is what Dr. Paul said, and maybe stay for a bit, but a long-term colony with hundreds or thousands of people being born, living, dying, the works, is fantastically hard. They're just so much. There's just so much stuff that we need to make a colony viable, and Mars has basically nothing going for it except red dust and loneliness. I'll need an expert to assist here, but I wonder why lower gravity would make for some, interesting varieties. Yeah, because you're working with 38% the surface gravity of Earth. If the universe is expanding, will it start contracting? That's a theory. That would be called the Big Crunch. There's also one called the Big Rip, where it just tears the fabric of space-time. It could just continue on. Also, there's the Big Freeze, where the universe continues to cool because it's been cooling. And it continues to cool, but it's not quite absolute zero. Maybe it gets colder and colder and then we all just freeze. There's a lot of different ideas out there. And Katie Mack's working on a book. About how
Someone say book?
Oh, look, and Dr. Paul already has a book available for pre-order on Amazon. This is Your Place in the Universe, and I need to memorize the bottom part again. Okay. Understanding our big, messy existence. There you go. Okay.
Our big, meggy existence.
Meggy existence. Yep. Terraforming, so that was already answered. I'm going to look through it, too, to see if there's... Okay, so someone's trying to ask a question, but they're not really asking a question. You know how you know that? The first word of the question starts out with isn't.
Okay, yes, we've had a problem here.
Where was that, though? I should just do Fermi Paradox. Look how many people have asked about the Fermi Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here.
I did mention it in the intro.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, you would have gotten it anyways, so it's fine. This would happen anyways. The Pitch Pit, welcome back for 2 months. Yay, 2 months in the Nerdiverse. Yay. Thank you. Isn't the Fermi Paradox? See, this is not really a question. Isn't the Fermi Paradox? They're asking you to verify or not verify, but mostly verify. Isn't suggests. Right here. And you guys can't see it because my face is in the way.
I can't see a single thing.
Isn't the Fermi Paradox solved by vast amounts of time involved, considering we've only been in a position to transmit and receive signals over a little... God, I need my glasses. Hold on. Over 100 years, which the vastness of space of time is nothing. Wait, what? Which in the vastness of space of time is nothing. See, okay, so this isn't really a question. That's what I'm saying. Isn't the Fermi Paradox, confirm or deny what I'm saying here? It's not really a question. So did they find out if the Earth is flat? Greetings from 2003 using Internet Explorer. Oh yeah, hi Paul. I love your podcast. I love your 3-part series on relativity. Hey guys, we watched that. Remember? That was really good too. When you talked about the equivalence theory, you said inertial mass is gravitational mass. I think you said that gravity is acceleration, and that acceleration is gravity. Is that correct?
You cut out at the last bit.
Is that correct?
Right.
Oh, wait. I said, sorry, I whispered.
The bit before the last bit, the penultimate bit.
Damn it. Okay, so gravity is acceleration, and that acceleration is gravity.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that correct?
Einstein's big insight.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And by that, do you mean that they are both just words which we use to explain the bending of space-time? Example, does a rocket accelerating at 9.81 meters second squared, over second squared, bend space-time? Wait. What is this? Okay, no, I'm not reading on. Sorry, so that's not, man, maybe you can actually, did she turn off her cam? No, because I wanted to read these ones. Would you confirm the size of, no, Dodgy, actually, give up. Well, because it gets tough. As much as we want to sit there and always break down the math, like sometimes I think you'll probably tackle that one, huh?
Which one?
Talking about your 3-part series on GR.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I've been doing all the cheese questions.
Yeah. So he's basically asking, does a rocket accelerating at a certain rate bend space-time at the same gradient as planet Earth? But isn't the total amount? I don't know if I would do that. Isn't the total amount of space-time affected by Earth much greater than a rocket accelerating at 9.81 meters per second? So we can easily say that a gradient of bending space is the same. The amplitude. See, I don't even know if this is a question or it's just a guy just like trying to. I don't know. I'm a little jaded by what I do. I get a lot of people that are. Yeah, they'll be like, "So you're a space streamer. Do you know about quantum entanglement?"
Didn't know about quantum entanglement.
Yeah,
Me and Tristan were we're FaceTiming yesterday.
Yeah.
And Tristan said, if we were entangled, we could feel each other's bodies right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Is Tristan your bae?
Sky, is that true?
You know, I wish it was that easy. Someone will just come in that they will have no history on their chat at all. And they'll be like, so can you describe virtual pair particles? And yeah, you say you know about astronomy. So.
Yeah.
I think your guest has lost it. No, this is Dr. Paul.
I lost it a long time ago.
He's been gone for a while. This hurts my brain. This is close to... No. Because you wouldn't get those voices asking those kind of questions, right? I heard that the sun was hollow. I also heard that fusion is fake. That might be a question. That might be a thing.
So I'm going to pull up the latest paper on the archive, the latest paper in astrophysics. I can't even do it. The age of evolution of the radiomorphology of supernova remnants. Would you like to hear more about it?
Oh my God. Like, duh.
Recent hydrodynamical models of supernova remnants demonstrate that their evolution depends heavily on the inhomogeneities of the surrounding medium. Like, duh.
Duh. I totes knew that.
Yeah. Why are you even reading this paper?
I don't even know.
It's so obvious.
TBH. Oh, man. Dr. Paul Kardashian, let's go. You know what's funny is I would actually probably watch something like that, just reading things like that, because I would be dying the whole time. This is too close. We already read that. How do I clip from mobile? I think you can still do it. I think there's like an interface on the actual video. I believe. It depends on what you're using, Gruntian. Hi. Let's see. Oh, cool. Yeah. So firstly, I can say it's so awesome someone like you is doing an AMA. I'm a freshman university student who aspires to be an astrophysicist one day, but without many people around me with similar goals. It's okay. I have no idea what I should prioritize when it comes to classes like math, physics, astronomy. So you probably, did you tell them to do math? Start with math because there's going to be a lot of math, and sometimes that will block you from going into other classes if you need a higher math and there's a requirement for, say, a higher level astronomy. You need to have a certain math in order to take the astronomy. That can happen. Would you?
How do you make a hyperlink in Reddit?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not logging into my Reddit because there's a lot of bad stuff about me on Reddit.
Okay, I just copy and pasted the link and it did it for me.
Oh, yeah. Did you cover the dipole drive? No, that was Fraser, right? Fraser has the dipole drive whole thing.
Dipole drive?
Yeah, we were talking about that, you and I here. Remember, we both didn't know anything on it?
Oh, yeah.
That's when, like, people from the EM drive came in and they were like, so here...
And they explained it to us.
Mm-hmm. Sounds a lot like the EM drive. I think Fraser actually did something on... He actually talked to the guy that wrote that article with the sketchy hat that Dr. Paul and I didn't know if we trusted. It isn't the EM drive. I know you didn't do the homework. I'm not gonna do it on that. Sorry, I have limitations. But Fraser will do it. He had Zubrin on, didn't he? And no, I wasn't
I
saying
think
that.
he did. No, he did.
He did. That's
for
the
that
dipole
interview.
drive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a rough one.
I don't think Zubrin made it. No. I'm saying Zubrin was on Fraser's cast. He had Fraser had Zubrin on. But no, the only thing the reason I bring up the EM drive is because it was in the comments. Remember, people started like having like math wars and like he didn't make it to the interview. I thought I don't know. Like I've been doing stuff, guys. I've been doing stuff. Like I don't know. I'm not keeping tabs on everybody. So I don't know. Did he not? All I knew is he was going to have him on. Like I've bruises everywhere from moving stuff this weekend, like everywhere. I'm like, messed up everywhere. So I don't know. Did he not make it? I don't know. Dipole. I'm not saying it's the EM drive. I'm saying that we were reading in the comments.
But you say the magic is like saying Beetlejuice 3 times.
Yeah.
You say that phrase 3 times. It's like, hey.
I know. Yeah, like I don't spend a lot of time going and looking at things like that. Like that's why I don't know about the great attractor, or that's why you guys had to tell me more about what the difference between a Dyson swarm and a Dyson sphere is because I don't, like people go on their own little tangents. It doesn't even matter what I have to say. What I have to say, quite honestly, is I'm not really qualified to speak about it. And I guarantee that some of the people that are in those comments aren't even either. So I just know my place, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Did he not make it on?
The mystery continues.
Yeah. And Zubrin, right? August 20th. Yeah, he just made it an open space Q&A. So now we can confirm that. Maybe he'll reschedule, huh? I don't know. It's not one that I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm curious to hear what Fraser has to say about it, but it probably wouldn't be one that I'd be super interested in. I never really got into the EM drive stuff anyways. Everyone's an expert on the internet. Know your place in the universe, by the way. There's so many parts of space that I do like to understand a little bit more about, which means AKA not understanding, right? I like understanding things to just be more confused because that's how science is and it's wonderful. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really go into that realm too much. I'm amped about space drives. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are. A lot of people are also really amped about Dyson swarms, space elevators, tachyons. People are really white holes, wormholes. I'm not saying it can't happen, by the way. I just don't know anything on it.
Don't say it.
We live in a simulation.
What?
I'm kidding. Well, we'd never know. We can't test it.
It doesn't matter. We would never know.
Yeah, we would never know. I know.
And you can't make arguments one way or the other about what is more likely or not.
Right. I know. Solar sails.
Millennia.
Millenia.
Then why am I getting a red line for it? Oh, there's 2 ends.
There's 2 ends. Damn.
Come on.
I know.
English.
Millenia.
Get with the times.
It's like Mississippi. Mississippi. If they get materials that can handle the space elevator. I was kidding, guys. I'm just talking about all the things that kind of the clickbaity stuff. EM drives were super clickbaity when I was in school. I remember that. in the end, yeah, we have no way of testing the simulation. And if it were it, we wouldn't know. And ignorance is bliss. And so it's okay. Either way, you're going to probably want to do what you can with your time and make it worthwhile. That's what I say. Solar sails, yeah. Important question is, how do I stop spelling necessary? How do I stop spelling necessary? Well, you know you spelled it right. There's one C. Only one C is necessary. In necessary. Also, for desert and dessert, you always want more dessert. So there's two S's in dessert because you always want more dessert. Yeah. So if you're talking about the desert, you don't want two S's in desert because you don't want more desert, but you want more dessert.
You don't want more steaks.
Right. Japan's giant construction company has announced plans to build an elevator in space by the year 2050. Yeah, well, I'll be old by then. Yeah, I'll be in my 80s. Wait, won't I? Almost. Close. How long does the elevator take? Dr. Paul, are space elevators possible right now?
Nope.
Are
Probably
they
never possible.
Probably never.
Probably not.
If you're misspelling desert and dessert, no, a lot of people misspell it. You know what's a really big common spelling error is definitely and defiantly.
Yes.
People will be like,
yeah,
they'll be like, I defiantly agree. And I'm like, why do you defiantly agree with me?
So strongly opposed.
And why are you so angry?
So confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely I always have to do definitely.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you have the word infinite.
Infinite.
Mm-hmm. Infinite. Turret and turrent. People say turrent. They might be trying to say
indefatigable.
Oh my gosh.
And uninflatable.
I don't think I've ever encountered that problem, Dr. Ball.
Okay, we run in different circles. Actually, you know what show I'm binging right now?
What?
With my wife, it's been Freaks and Geeks.
I've never seen that.
Oh, you should. It was just one season, 18 episodes, back in 1999 or 2000.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It was like Judd Apatow's first big project. You get to play the game of
I did see a few episodes of that. I did see a few episodes of that. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Astrology versus astronomy. Well, so today there's two different definitions, but way back when, astrology was astronomy. You call an astrologist an astronomer.
You would use the two terms back and forth.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm starting to look more. Yeah, the Louvois telescope. So stars are... Okay, so I'm going to read this question again, guys. Was it Cannabian 420? Was talking about how the Louvois telescope should be a very good idea. 99% if planets are habitable. And if any life is out there, what do you think would motivate us to become more interplanetary, finding life everywhere, or finding no life? And so Dr. Paul says, so stars are ... a lot of dots. I'm just gonna say are kind of far away. And he's right. We might see signs of life on distant worlds and hopefully relatively soon, but it will be so impossibly far away that I think within a week, most people will be back to not caring. They're going to be more excited about the new iPhone coming out. That's what's going to happen, guys. So why do we still use constellations? They're not really reflecting distances distances between the component stars at all. So yeah, we use standard candles. We use variable stars. There's certain stars or, quasars actually, right? No, we use quasars.
What do we do?
No, not quasars. We use pulsars. There's certain pulsars. Wow. Sorry, brain. Or do we use quasars for the standard candles too?
We do not.
No, it'd be pulsars.
We use Cepheid variables.
Right, Cepheid variables with Hubble. He did that.
We use supernova.
Right.
And we use, there's some other techniques detailed for your pleasure.
No, but there's certain pulsars that we use, right? In there, you can find a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I think there are certain pulsars that you can use. Yeah, we have the pulsar map. Sagan's pulsar map.
Okay, so the pulsar map is, the pulsar map is that you can use the pulsars to triangulate a position.
Right.
So it doesn't tell you where they are necessarily. It's like, how can I say
It's where
this?
we are.
Yeah, it's where we are. Say, okay, there's every pulsar spins at its own particular frequency.
Right.
Which we wrote down, and we share that information. Then you can look around the galaxy. You say, oh, that's the pulsar they're talking about, and that's the pulsar they're talking about, and that's the pulsar they're talking about. And then in this list that all the humans gave us, we can say, okay, they say they're this far away from that pulsar, this far away from that pulsar, and then you can figure out where we are.
Right.
But you can't just look at a pulsar,
right,
and automatically say how far away it is. You need some other measurement to give you a distance to that pulsar.
Right. I think there's certain ones that they've designated. There's also what are those? Tauri Stars? Those are also pretty good for.
Tauri these are the stars that are just forming, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very, very young star. Yes, less than 10 million years old. So they're variable, and there's some really, really good techniques we have in astronomy for building distance scales.
Mm.
And then there's a bunch of other methods that aren't quite so good, but serve as useful cross checks.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to read the book to find out, guys.
Maybe.
Stars less than 10 million years old, so not Mick Jagger. Burn. But yeah, we've been able, so using constellations, also constellations change over thousands of years. The stars actually do move. We have these circumpolar stars that always seem to be above our head here. And Polaris is one of those. So you do have certain stars that seem to remain throughout the whole year. But, like you can't see Orion right now in the northern hemisphere in summer. He's a winter constellation. But Orion probably looked very different. And I believe Carl Sagan had this on his Cosmos episode. One of them showing... And I think that's when I made the mistake of calling the Big Dipper something else. But, that...
You mean Ursa Major?
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I called it. And you had a little bit of a chirp. I hate Zoom. I think Zoom is betraying me. Yeah, no, definitely didn't say Ursa Major. I went in line with something else instead of Dipper. It was not. There we go. There's the link to it. Yep. Yeah, so constellations change over time. And again, our North Star won't always be our North Star. In time, it will be Vega. And before Polaris, it was also a different star. So things change. Orientations change. And I'm going to have to, at some point, do a thing on that. I think we've talked about parallax, and it's been a while since we've done that, but I want to have more time for that one, on how we measure stuff in distances. On galactic scales, you only need the angles between 3 or more pulsars. The distances barely matter. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah. thought pulsars were pretty good. It's crazy to think that if we find aliens far away, they might actually be extinct. Yeah. And same thing could be said with us too, right? Let's see. I always wondered why the Big Dipper is called the Big Bear. Ursa Major? Well, there's Ursa Major and there's Ursa Minor.
The Big Dipper is just the tail and the butt of a bear.
Yeah, it turns out it's a bear. Yeah, it's a plastic lawn just said. It turns out it's the bear's butt or something. It is. It is. Yeah.
And then the Little Dipper is the tail and butt of a little bear.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just kind of butt around each other all night.
Yeah. So, yeah, Space Force actually brings up a good point here. There could be aliens that aren't super advanced. We always like to think that aliens are super advanced. Why?
Because they're visiting, I guess.
Okay. Well, so maybe they could take a vacation and we couldn't.
I think the argument here is that, okay, it took, life got started, but was single-celled for like 3 billion years, then multicellular for like 1 billion years, and then humans have been around for a couple 100,000 years, and civilization has been around, writing has been around for 6,000 years, and I don't know, those fancy Coke machines have been around for like 5 years. So the progression of going from just life to intelligent life is like, there's a lot of boring life that nobody cares about, and then all of a sudden it gets really interesting really quick, and it seems like you get really advanced really fast. And so to encounter an alien species that is still chucking axes at each other, well, I guess we still do that, chucking bronze axes at each other, that window is so short compared to both the time that came before, where everything's just boring and single-celled, and the time after, where you're a super advanced spacefaring civilization with laser swords, that you're very, very unlikely to hit the window at just the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So you either see protozoans or laser swords. That's your two choices for alien life in the galaxy.
Well, I'm going to choose protozoans with laser swords.
With little tiny molecular laser swords.
Really small ones.
Like little amino acid. Like.
Mm-hmm. Because it'd be cute.
And they have short arms. That's why it is.
Aloha, I'm glad. Well, you actually have a really good question. Okay, so wait. First off, can you explain what's the WOW signal? Is that like not something to do with...
The WOW signal, so back in the 60s, just north of here at OSU, we had a radio telescope called the Big Ear. Different than the Big Rear. Kardashian joke in there somewhere.
Okay.
The Big Ear was a big radio telescope. And one night, in one particular spot of the sky, there was this insanely bright flash of radio signal. Like the brightest thing I'd ever seen. The guy who saw it in the data that was printed out the next morning circled it and wrote, "Wow."
Great.
That's it.
And now people are still holding on to that?
That's it.
Okay.
The meh signal. It would have been nice. I answered this in the AMA. It would have been nice if it happened again.
But it didn't.
Because then we could actually do some science on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone said, and you did answer this one. So what science bullshit did you have to let them get away with? Actually.
Not a lot, actually.
Ryan, go on. You can answer.
Oh, I'll answer it in person.
Yeah, please.
No, Ryan, the director, he had the script, and his script was like 95% done when we finally got together. So I was able to make sure all the math was right. And then there were some spots in the script where it's like, okay, there's going to be a big mystery and a big puzzle and a big resolution to that mystery. And I want this to be based on real science that's like active research. What can be the mystery? What can the puzzle look like? And what can the resolution look like? That makes some sort of sense, but still has some cool sci-fi elements to it. So I was really able to help him shape that so that everything in the movie is realistic based on our current level of scientific understanding. And where we don't know, things, this is where the movie has room to open up.
Yeah. And guys, we'll watch the trailer for that after.
I also am very proud of myself. So if you live in California, you refer to the interstates with an article, with the. Like you'll say the 5, the 4,
yeah, the 101.
the 101.
The 101.
So the movie takes place in Cincinnati. And there's an interstate that runs through Cincinnati, Interstate 71. And in the script, one character is referencing it to another character, and he goes, take a look at the 71. And people in Cincinnati we don't use articles in front of our freeway names. We just say I-70 or 70. And I'm very proud of myself for catching that.
Good. Yeah, because we don't either. We'll say I-70, I-25. Yeah.
Yep.
But they say the 101.
It's a very California thing. I don't think it happens anywhere else.
Well, Arizona has the 101, I think.
They have the 5. The 5 doesn't the 5 go through Phoenix? And then the 10 goes through Vegas?
Yeah, but I don't think they would say the 10.
Oh, it's just a Southern California thing. So up in NorCal, they don't.
I-10 goes through Phoenix.
I-10 is Phoenix.
Yeah, one of them meets
Vegas,
up with
then?
the 101 at some point.
NorCal does not say that. Okay, very cool.
NorCal does not say that. Interesting.
Oh yeah, odd numbers go up and down. Sorry about. Thanks, Bill Nash.
The 101 is a
Toronto
state
says
highway.
the.
Oh, it's a state highway. So never mind. So something meets up with it. That's what I was saying. I don't know. Maybe it's the 10 meets up with the 101. I don't know.
It's basically deserts and dragons down there.
I feel like the 10 might meet with it. Yeah, it's deserts and dragon. See, there we go. The 10 meets with the 101 in LA.
In LA. Okay.
So there we go. Okay, fine.
Where it becomes a cesspit.
Right. There's a 101 loop in Phoenix. There is.
Oh, okay.
There is. So hold on. So there was another question here. I don't even know where it went. Where was it? Oh yeah, what's the latest on gravitational waves? Anything new from LIGO? And also, does the holographic theory point towards non-locality? The holographic theory, can you fill me in on that one too? That sounds a little.
That's a dense one.
Wait. So is it that we live in a hologram?
No,
that's not that one.
Theory is not that we live in a hologram.
Okay, see,
I know, which is like I blame the people who are promoting holographic theory because they're the ones actually saying this, and
right.
They're wrong. What they have is potentially a shortcut, a mathematical shortcut for understanding gravity, using a technique known as a holographic principle, which is just a name we give to a mathematical technique. And that's it.
Oh, okay.
And their technique might or might not be right.
Okay.
Am I done with AMA? I don't think I answered all the questions, but I answered a lot of questions.
Wasn't it supposed to be for 2 hours?
Yeah.
And you started.
It's supposed to be live like 2 to 4. I suppose I can come back anytime.
Oh.
Keep answering. But I've answered a lot.
Wait, let's see here. Why did you choose the Ohio State University? That would be a good one. Is being an astrophysicist very difficult? Yeah, but I could answer that one. Yes. But worth it.
I don't see why did you choose. Did it get buried?
Yeah, you have to go down all the way to the bottom and see it says probably like 25 more replies or something.
Okay, there we are.
Yeah. I've read through this entire thread. Thank you for a delightful AMA. I haven't seen anyone ask how linear algebra comes up in UFO. So, hey, how does linear algebra come up in UFO? Neat.
Happy to answer you, Mr. Super Happy Pants.
Mr. Super Happy Pants. Thank you, Neek. Welcome back. 5 months. 5. Thoughts on the many worlds interpretation of QM? Yeah, what do you mean? Is we live in, yeah. A lot of Fermi Paradox, but he said he already mentioned that, so there's a reason why that's coming up. Hey, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. She's gonna...
Are you talking to me?
No, Alexa is... Stop.
I didn't get that.
See? It just... is math related to science. So regarding the heat death of the universe, how come the universe not eventually hit okay? What? Will there be an infinite amount of time to hit a finite number? In my uneducated mind, seems to me eventually 0.000 ... will eventually be so small that it effectively equals to 0. AI going rogue, yeah. Parallel universes? Well, again, these are things like right now we have no idea, right? QM can take us to certain places, but QM takes us to certain places. The thing is like being able to test out these things. Multiverse and things like that, they're not a stretch, right? But it's not, I mean, I can let him comment on that, and then we'll let him get back to his job too. Hey, Malevolent. Dumb pseudo.
I'm answering the question about linear algebra.
Okay, you're fine.
And then I gotta call it quits.
Okay. After you ask about parallel universes. Dumb pseudo intelligent with large server, the cluster server in the background. Which what? Oh, right here. Is it possible to terraform? What do you think oh, wait. No, it's another question. Never mind. If we accurately know the movements of planets and trajectory of asteroids, why are asteroids in our solar system? Wait, why are asteroids that cross our path in a given percentage hitting us? Well, because you can't see all the asteroids. Saying an asteroid has a 1 in 1,000 chance of hitting Earth?
Okay.
So parallel universes, then you can go.
Parallel universes, then I can go.
Yeah, so what do you think about parallel universes, and does quantum mechanics help us? How does quantum mechanics help us in this area?
One potential way of viewing quantum mechanics is that every single interaction that relies purely on chance, which is like all the interactions at subatomic levels, instead of our universe just choosing one, all of them are chosen simultaneously, with each one leading to a completely separate universe where that particular choice has been made. It means when I cut my grass with a lawnmower, I've just created something like 1,000 trillion universes, which is a little bit hard to swallow, but physics, nature doesn't have to make sense. But this is simply a way of trying to understand and conceptualize the mathematics of quantum mechanics, which you don't have to do to be a successful quantum mechanic. You can just stick to the math.
So do you believe there are parallel universes?
There's nothing there to believe or not, because there's no evidence either way.
There's no way to test it
until there's positive evidence. No need to believe it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the AMA.
This was fun.
Us,
thanks for hanging out with me behind the scenes. You got to hear
Absolutely.
me complain about Redditors. It wasn't that bad.
It really wasn't.
I was worried it would be really rough, and it was actually quite pleasant. Tons of great questions. How do I do a thank you thing? Because sometimes you'll see at the big post like, "Oh, thanks. This was tons of fun."
Yeah, no, they should, maybe the moderator should allow, like, you can comment.
I can comment.
And then you can maybe let a moderator know, or if Sony Entertainment's, You can say like, hey, can we pin this? And they can pin it. They could pin highlight a certain thing. You know, I'm like not really well versed on Reddit because I'm just not. I don't. Oh yeah, you could maybe edit your own post.
I can't. The mods put up the post.
Oh yeah, so then the mods would have to highlight it, your response to that.
So I'm doing a post.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, so I just put a comment up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the mods will just see it. Think they'll see it?
I mean, I would
like do something? What? I don't care. I'll figure it out. Either way, I'll be back.
Yeah. I would
on the Reddit tonight. Right now, I actually have to go judge an art competition.
Because that's what an astrophysicist does after an AMA.
Yeah. The Cultural Arts Center here in Columbus, they're hosting an exhibition called Hypotheses, The Many Worlds of Science and Art, and I'm one of the jurors.
Oh, well, that's actually really, really cool.
It's really fun, actually.
Cool. Well, then we will see you maybe next week. Maybe?
Maybe next week. So I'm having dental surgery this Friday.
Oh, great.
And so we're going to see if next Tuesday I can actually talk, or I'll just have a bunch of gauze in my mouth.
That will be even more entertaining. That'll be great. We can talk about all
great. I'll live stream my dental surgery. How about that?
Wow.
And try to answer science questions while doped up.
You are dedicated, Dr. Paul. Thank you so much for hanging out and enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you soon.
Take it easy. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.